EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule,
the first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
and his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
They run here with Rico Dowdle.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Milton Williams
Able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Hurts.
To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
Throwing is Hurts.
Well, it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
It's taken to the 26. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone to about the 35, second down. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
Prescott to throw it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Returning here is Wright. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return.
Football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. They go play action with Hurts.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
These two teams they met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas. Here's Hurts to throw.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Shedding the tackle, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. You look at this Cowboy defense.
In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, hold everything here because this is about the last guy that they would want to see shaken up. Quarterback Jalen Hurts in some discomfort.
7th play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Whitaker. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 33. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Back to throw. Whitaker.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap. jump too quickly.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Barkley inside handoff. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Only 4 yards on that gain, but, you know, a lot of people would say that's like getting 9 in normal circumstances since this was 1st and 5.
Yeah, now your playbook's wide open here, 2nd and very short.
Yeah, I still don't think that you can count it in the stats that way at contract time.
No, it still goes down as 4, not 9. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
They'll try and run the option.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Breaks through the contact.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
And out now come the Cowboys. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 32 on the play.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Prescott. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
From the 29, here's 2nd and a couple.
Prescott now. And that is incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Prescott yet again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. On the run, it's Dowdle.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Throwing to start the drive. Whitaker. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. In motion left comes Brown.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Barkley. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
10 yards there and an Eagle first down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man, it's Brown.
And now a pause because we've got A.J. Brown dinged up on that last play, and they're going to have to get some medical attention to him. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Getting home that time to Marvy and Overshow.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
.35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Here's Prescott. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Prescott off play action.
Open man, the tight end, Luke Schoonmaker.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's Prescott.
This pass complete. He finds Jeremy Ruckert.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
This 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Prescott. And he's got his man on the out route. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Up the middle they go. Pitts. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The offense on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Brandon Aubrey on for the Cowboys field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And he's made his presence felt in the passing game throughout the season. You look at the NFL's leader in receiving yards by a running back, his name right there at the top.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
He was brought out at the 45-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it second down. Looking to throw. Whitaker.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Back to throw. Whitaker. And this is going to be incomplete.
That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on third down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away.
Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Third down and 10.
Play action now. Prescott. That is caught. And some room to run now. Still going inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 58 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Prescott from the gun. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please?
Under pressure, they got him again.
That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. To throw is Prescott.
He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Whitaker. Airing it out deep for Smith. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Wright's got it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Back to throw. Whitaker. It's caught. Smith. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's Braden Mann now,
as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, it's a wobbler here. That's taken on the 25. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally, you run to set up the pass. Here, it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And that one was here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Throwing. Prescott.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Prescott to throw it.
And he will slide to a halt with a penalty marker down on the play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And again, it's Prescott. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
It's caught left side by Cooks. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
They'll look to throw again. And now we get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And his kick is indeed good, and that will push the lead up to 12-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where you see the final score there. Jamar Chase, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. From there, we head to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Anthony Richardson, excellent in the victory as his guys up their record to 7-2 now on the year.
Halftime
Finally,
over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this mid-season contest.
And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. The Browns need to take a little of this momentum into the second half of the year.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Eagles offense and receiver Devontae Smith set for this next possession. And he's been a consistent force offensively all season, currently ranked amongst the best in the NFL in terms of receiving touchdowns.
Throwing to start the drive. Whitaker.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Here's 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun. Whitaker. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. In motion right is Smith.
And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Finding room at midfield.
And all the way down to the 33-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Here's the option.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Prescott now.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Prescott.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And bulldozing his way through. And all the way down to the 7-yard line.
They run here with Dowdle.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Rico Dowdle with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to stretch out their lead. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Whitaker. Throw left side complete. That's right. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Whitaker.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles have got it back to within a score.
Elliott on for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. A running play, it's Dowdle. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 7.
Now Prescott. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Cowboys first down.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. He'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. And his kick is good.
Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it. And they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
This is Smith with a grab. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And he'll be taken down at the 34.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Whitaker. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Back to throw now on 1st down. Open man has got it, the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go?
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game.
And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
What a call there on the quarterback draw. You want to spread the field and just tell your QB, hey, find a lane and go. And he's able to get the defense in a vulnerable spot and then take it into the end zone.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. They run again with Dowdle. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Arlington. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Prescott. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on 4th. It would be 58 yards from here. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Throwing to start the drive. Whitaker.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Back to throw. Whitaker. Got a man. It's Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. A handoff to Barkley on the option.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot. So what can they do to get closer now on 3rd down?
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. The kick by Elliott is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter.
Here's Prescott. He gets it to Cooks. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Prescott now, option right. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
11 yards and a Cowboy first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
A very solid gain of 27. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Prescott. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often. But more.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Rico Dowdle.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cowboys have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth.
And this is the time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Operating from the gun, Whitaker. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Looking to throw. Whitaker.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset.
Here's 1st and 10.
They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Up the middle with Barkley. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
He'll look to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle but ultimately could not get into the end zone.
Here now, 2nd and goal.
He's back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his helmet. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations.
And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read,
He recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
So now, after the clutch field goal, he's back out there to boot it away in what's now a tie ball game. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys.
They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Over the middle, it's complete.
At 5 yards, not going to cut it here. That clock continues to run.
Buying time to his slip. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
Now Dak.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
To not finish a game on a defensive penalty, that's why they get one more untimed attempt.
And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And it'll be a good time in Big D tonight. The Cowboys have won it.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Dallas, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the perfect season was apparently not meant to be as they drop to 7-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.